Hello, LA. It's summertime 2015. Mega drought has dripped California, but not to worry because the irrigation water that's used at the average household pulls over 50%, more like 60-65% of water traditionally. The water goes in a household, about 60-65% goes out to the garden. Well, I'm here today to show you that there's a way to easily cut that number way over more than half. How? Through drip irrigation. We're using the Rainbird copper shield technology on this particular job. I just wanted to give you a little tour that you can do larger estate homes with the drip irrigation. Check this out. We went ahead and we went through, we have mature trees here. They're eucalyptus trees, and we've actually pulled the rocks aside and we put the drip irrigation here. And we have some Rapiolepis in the back, which are mature and they're not going to need a whole lot of water. So we put those there as well. In fact, these get tons of beautiful pink flowers at certain times of the year. They just got through watering, so just got through flowering, so we're ready to go. As we continue on here, we see that there's the hopseed bush, which is again another very drought-tolerant tree shrub. We see here we just laid in the drought-tolerant Agapanthus africanus plant, which needs very, very little water too, but still it's going to need some supplemental water. That's what the drip is for. Now, as we continue on, I want to show you the back patio that as we come into this little patio area here, this whole entire area, coral tree, camellias, these are boxwoods, they're all extremely drought tolerant, including the bougainvillea. They are all going to be watered by drip irrigation. That's right. Okay, and so this job has already been, this part of the job has already been done. As we continue on, you'll see that the drip irrigation is for bigger jobs too. Again, we continue to come this way, and we see the drip irrigation. Now, I want to note that this drip irrigation, we've been testing it out. Now, with regular sprinkler heads, if you sprinkle this with overhead spray heads and it hits, you're going to have runoff, which means it hits here and then it runs off. If it can't soak in the ground, if the ground is saturated, it's going to run off and it's going to go down the street and go into the ocean. That's a no-no. In fact, in local areas here, it's a $500 fine, so you don't want to go that route. Now, we're testing this out. We've had this 0.6 gallon per hour Rainbird copper shield technology drip irrigation on for almost an hour. And in fact, right here, you see it running right there. Check that out. It's been running for about an hour. It's been irrigating. We've been doing some testing on this. And what do we see here below? Zero runoff, zero moisture, zero precipitation. It's completely dry. You can deep water this, which is great. Now, as we move along here, try to show you this ingenious little contraption here that we have. This is, watch, water comes out. Why is that coming out there? It's because that's a clean out like you have when you for your plumbing in your house. We install those standard when we do drip irrigation installs for your drip irrigation line, because when you want to water, when you water, if any debris gets in the line, if it passes through the filter, it'll end up here. You can just easily clean it out. Now, I said that there was no water in the street. I was wrong. Check this out. This is water, a large riverbed stream of water coming from the neighbor's house. It's because of the runoff. And when you have runoff, it has this. Check this out here. This is runoff. There are millions of gallons of runoff in Los Angeles that happen every single day. Check this out. And it goes all the way down the street. So, and there's certain days that the runoff happens more than others. It's because there's water restrictions right now, but believe me, it happens. It doesn't happen with our drip irrigation. So you can see it here. Now this looks incredibly ugly. I mean, just having a bunch of tubes go through the garden. But we're not done yet. I just want to show you we're in the middle of the job. We're going to come back and we're going to put a thick layer of shredded mulch on this. It's going to look absolutely fabulous. But I just wanted to show you the drip irrigation. We'll only have one chance to do this. We're not going to uncover it. It's a lot of work to uncover it after the mulch is put down and then re-put it back down. So I just want to show you before the job is done. Here's another clean out right here. Another one of those clean outs, so that if this is the way to do drip irrigation to make it last virtually forever. As we continue coming down here, I want to show you a particular thing. Unfortunately, a lot of the jobs that we're doing now, we're actually having to rip out brand new drip irrigation that's been installed by others. The reason for it being, it's not being put in properly, and so we're having to tear it out. This is a good example. This is an example of what to use. This is called the LFV, low flow valve by drip irrigation by Rainbird. This will shut off if you. I got a call last Saturday about 10:30 at night. A homeowner called and said that his water had been on, drip irrigation system had been on all day. It was over an hour drive from where I was. So I walked him through how to shut off the gate valve. I said, you know, you need to put the right valve on. If you don't put the right valve on, I can almost guarantee you, one of these days, it won't shut off like you're experiencing now. So he's having that done this week. But you gotta do the right stuff. If you don't put it together right, if you mishmash it together, it's gonna fail. So just beware of that. Now as we continue down, we see here's the rolls of the Rainbird, the copper shield technology I was talking about. This is the stuff we recommend. Why do we recommend this? Is because by Rainbird, is it has a little strip of copper every 12 inches. That copper creates a negative ion, which creates an acid, which keeps roots out. Because if a root grows into that hole and expands, it renders your drip irrigation ineffective and useless. You don't want that. That's why we use this. The alternative is that other manufacturers tell you to blow herbicide through there. That's a no-no. You want to bring your soil to life. You don't want to kill it. In fact, one manufacturer actually impregnates herbicide into their pipe. It's just Frankenpipe. Lovely, huh? We won't even go there. Okay, as we go down here, just wanted to show you that we have more drip irrigation. You can see down the side over here, it's getting installed. It's a beautiful landscape, but the idea is we want to keep it that way. Well, and you can see the old sprinklers here. These old things. How much water how long would this have to be on before the runoff on the street would happen? Probably about 30 seconds. And this timer was set for 5 minutes. So imagine all the gallons, hundreds or if not thousands of gallons a year this was wasting because of inefficient watering or because of a lack of drip irrigation. So now that's not going to happen. Over here we have more beautiful landscape. There's been so much time and effort and money, most of all, put into this beautiful landscape. You don't want to lose it due to drought. There is a choice. There is an option. There is something else that we can do. And over here, we've dug into the sprinkler system here. We're going to cap that off, but we haven't run the drip here yet. But this is an example of, we're going to be putting in more plantings, and then we're going to run subsurface drip to all this patio area here. LA, my advice, keep the beauty, keep the love, keep everything that we've been about. Just be more efficient with your irrigation. It's possible with the subsurface drip irrigation by Rainbird. This is Mike from LA, Enviroscape LA, signing off. When you think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.